I am quite a big fan of Greg Davies and Roisin Conaty, so why do I not like Man Down? Maybe it's not that I didn't like it, but it's definitely the case that I didn't really take to it. And I've tried to watch this twice. I tried watching it a few years ago. It was originally released in 2013. I tried watching it a couple of years ago and it didn't work for me. And then I tried watching it again now, and it just still can't seem to gel with me, even though I love Greg Davies, really love Roisin Conaty. I'm a recent fan of Mike Wozniak, so watching it the second time gave me that pull factor. But although I wouldn't say it's not funny, it just doesn't really seem to do anything for me, and I can't identify why. I think the concept is certainly something that could, or maybe even should, work well. It centers around Dan Davies, which is pretty interesting because usually when a comedian takes on a key role in a sitcom, usually the character has the same first name. I'm thinking Lee Mack, of course, not going out, in a different surname. But no, other way on here. Dan is a drama teacher at a secondary school. This is purely the first episode I'm discussing. I have watched past it. I have tried to see. I've watched episode 2. Did I get to episode 3? I can't remember. It's all a blur. But this is strictly episode 1. In the first episode, he is teaching drama. He does have a long-term girlfriend who's clearly just realizing that he is not ever going to grow up, and she obviously doesn't want to be with him. And this obviously makes him pretty distraught. And then we have his friend Joe, who is not the best influence, but is a brilliantly written character. I do think that, obviously played by Roisin Conaty, and she is a very free spirit, I think is the right word. She has some amazing costumes, definitely amazing costumes. And, Greg Davies and Roisin Conaty are very good friends, so it's an absolute pleasure to watch them act together. That is something about this first episode that I did enjoy. But I do have to say that her involvement in this first episode, what happens with this character and what she's hired to do, and then the outcome of that, just didn't feel believable to me. It just didn't feel realistic. And I know sometimes with comedies you need to suspend disbelief to kind of get on board with it, but it just felt a bit too far-fetched. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I didn't take to it, because I feel like the style of comedy is something I don't buy into. So while I love the comedians in it, maybe I don't like the narrative or the writing style. I'm not sure. I still, as I said, I've watched it twice, and I still can't pinpoint exactly why I'm not enthused by this. I really should like it a lot. I really should. Also, Rik Mayall is in it. His introduction in this episode is pretty crazy, and certainly not what I was expecting. But I just don't know why I don't like it. And the writers on this are amazing. Obviously, Greg Davies, Ed Gamble, Mike Wozniak, Richard Herring, Lloyd Langford, Roisin Conaty. I should love this. I should love everything about this. Why do I not? I do not know. Maybe in a couple of years' time, I will try it again. But the first episode, It Never Rains, it just didn't speak to me, and I'm quite disappointed about that.